historian. The title of her speech is Coconut or Peach? Coconut or peach? Nana Sororia.
According to Erin Meyer, the cross-culture researcher and author, we're either raised in a coconut or peach culture. And depending on which culture we're raised in, it influences who we allow in our lives. I was born and raised in a coconut culture, meaning I learned early on that it is not okay to make eye contact with people I met. Smiling or having a conversation was kept for those with a special connection. The same way a coconut has a husk, I had an outer shell, a boundary that separated family from strangers. I learned early on to be reserved and formal with people I didn't know. But once we get to know one another, the shell would break and you would experience a deep, meaningful connection, a relationship that is lasting, loyal, judgment-free, safe, and nurturing with anti-inflammatory benefits, just like a coconut. 22 years ago, when my plane landed in Dallas, Texas from Iran, I felt a heat I'd never felt before. Now, it was not because of the October 2 p.m. 110-degree air in Dallas. I felt that too. But it was mostly because of the people I met. Pure strangers made eye contact, smiled, and asked me how I was. Immediately, I felt welcomed and accepted. I was ready with this big puffy eyes that were leaking for days. I was ready to tell them how much I missed my mom and my sister. How much I was longing for my dad's protective arms and my brother's tough love. But they didn't stop to listen. They just walked past me. A few weeks later, in my English as second language class, the instructor told us about small talks and their importance in building relationships here in the state. She said, as you walk in the hallway, people are going to look you in the eye, smile, and ask you how you are. You don't need to get into detail. Look them in the eye, smile, and respond with an F word. Fine. Immediately, I thought about my airport incident, and I felt really sad. No one really cared about me. It was the culture. I felt it was a sense of fakeness in that interaction. The eye contact, the smile, all were meaningless. Talk about a culture shock. According to Erin Meyer, I was a coconut in a basket of peaches. Peaches learn early on that it is okay to make eye contact, to smile, and have a conversation with pure strangers. It's okay to talk about upcoming holiday plans or their last weekend's getaway. It's okay to talk about family pictures or talk about the children with pure strangers. None of that is okay for a coconut, not until you build trust, have a meal, and you break that shell. Automatically, I thought peaches were fake, pretentious, and shallow, perhaps right when they thought I was cold, unapproachable, and maybe a little reserved. Who do you think automatically I interacted mostly with? Coconuts or peaches? Coconuts, correct. I interacted mostly with coconuts. But through the years, I learned it's not that one is cold, the other one fake. It's that we draw our boundaries differently. In fact, according to research, American and Japanese draw their boundaries deep inside where the peaches pit is versus Iranians, Germans, French, Swiss, Indonesians, Chinese, Russians, they draw it outside where the coconut shell is. It's not that one is right, the other wrong. It just is. And if we're unaware, these minor differences can lead to major losses in relationships. Out of curiosity, how many coconuts do we have in this room? Beside me. And how many peaches? Now, what does that make the rest of you? Are you undecided? Needing to do your own research? Or are you unlearning part of your culture the same way I was for a long time? Regardless, whether you are a peach, coconut, or undecided, let's continue learning about people and cultures that are different from us. Let's accept and respect one another for who we are. And let's reduce the labels we attach to one another based on the idea that our way of being is the right way. Because the path to peace is through building relationships with people who are different from us.